Keep it classy, Dallas. Dirk Nowitzki is going from basketball court to the anchor desk, you guys. He might take my job, taking on a new role as a full-time analyst for the NBA on Prime. He sat down with D Magazine to talk about his new chapter. And this morning, sports editor Mike Palucci shares what we are in store for with Dirk as an anchorman. I can't wait to talk about it. Good morning to you.
How are you?
I'm so good. So I love the cover photo. You guys take a look at this. I mean, come on, get real. The Anchorman style shoot. I mean, there's no other way to go about it when it comes to Dirk.
I think we had to lean in. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
How'd you land the only interview with Dirk Nowitzki about this new big career move that he's got?
Well, we didn't set out to do that. You know, we basically figured the question that I thought to myself when this thing was going on in December was, you know, this is somebody who, when he came to Dallas at 19 years old, he couldn't speak the language. He was overwhelmed. He almost went back to Germany. And I kind of thought to myself, I said, what would that guy, that 19-year-old, think if you told him 28 years later that he would, when he's retired, do whatever he wants, he would decide to speak in English to millions of people every single week across the world. And so we made it a story about communication. And also the last 6 years of his life in retirement. I mean, I think he's been kind of hiding in plain sight here. What's this guy been doing? And we learned a whole lot.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so Dirk obviously is still one of the most beloved athletes in Dallas sports. What does this next chapter look like? And what do you think will surprise his fans the most going into this?
I think people, myself included, didn't know the scope of kind of what he's been doing. I mean, this is a guy who's been taking Harvard business classes. This is somebody who, it's been out there, but people don't talk about it. He's on the board of basically the International Basketball Association, FIBA. He's had an executive role doing that for several years. He's been traveling all over the place. He's doing Duolingo. He's learning piano. He's been in the business world. He's got a lot going on. I mean, he's not, for a retired guy, he doesn't seem very retired.
You know what? He's not slowing down at all. I have to know, did he say anything about the upcoming Mavs season, about Cooper Flag?
Yeah, he believes in this team. You know, he really likes how deep they are. He's, you know, for somebody who loves to crack jokes at his own expense about how things that didn't involve shooting and scoring weren't his forte. I think he's really impressed by how many things Cooper can do. So I think he's pretty enamored. He's excited, I think, like the rest of us, to see what he looks like starting tonight.
Okay, here we go. We're going to see. Now, broadcasting is his new career path, but you wrote a story, and it kind of leads to the fact that he might have a different career path that he might be leaning to a little bit more. What were you talking about?
Yeah, you know, so something that he had said, anytime you do this, and you do your research when people come on, I have to do mine when I'm talking to somebody, and I was going back through old interviews, and he kind of mentioned in the last year before he retired that his mentor, Holger Geschwinder, you know, his guy who, I think everybody knows Holger if you know Dirk, who shaped his game, he kind of wanted to be that for somebody else. And so I asked, you know, hey, is that a thing you want to do? And he kind of smiled. He's like, you know, people don't really know this, but I've had some folks reaching out to me, and I've been talking with guys in the game now and sharing tips on shooting. And he's been going and tutoring people kind of on the side, and I think that could be something he's doing a little more going forward. He lit up talking about that stuff.
I would love to see a Dirk protege. I mean, my goodness, that would be good.
Yeah.
I mean, I low-key thought we had it in Luka a little bit, which I think he's still very much supportive.
Yeah, I think he was at the Laker game last night.
Yeah, he sure was. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you also wrote about Dirk's family, especially his son. I mean, my goodness, he's working to fill some gigantic shoes, quite literally. And so how does life at home, watching his kids grow up and their interests kind of take shape, how does that kind of shape him going into his next chapter?
I mean, I think that's at the top of the mountain, right? I mean, he is quick to joke that he's the youth sports dad. I mean, his daughter last year at a volleyball tournament, it's either volleyball or tennis, but it was up in the Panhandle. So he's sleeping at the Hampton Inn like all the other dads getting ready before the game. You know, he's like, you know, on a weekend, he's like, you'll probably find me at some YMCA in Garland somewhere, because like that's what he does, you know, all this stuff. And that's why I think this is really big with TV, is that if this wasn't a gig that he liked, if it didn't fit his life, he wouldn't do it. It's all about his family for him. And his son's starting to play basketball too, I think is pretty exciting for him. You know, he kind of tried to push it off a little bit. He wanted to make sure he played other things first. And then when he knew he was old enough and that he really wanted to do it, not just because his dad did, but because he wanted to play for his own reasons, he's like, all right, let's start working on
Especially because, like I said, it's hard to fill shoes that are already there, large ones. I mean, the man has a statue in the middle of downtown Dallas. But you know what? I like what you said about the fact that Dirk is kind of in the space now where he's just a normal guy. He's an Uber dad, literally. He drives his kids everywhere. He's taking care of them.
He's doing it.
Let's talk about this podcast that you have going with him as well. Tell me what we can expect.
Yeah, so we're doing a new YouTube show, D Magazine in sports. We're calling it Strong Side, which is also what we call the sports coverage on the website. website and the email list. We're consistent on the brand identity. But it's dropping today for the first time. First guest, the man himself. I'm glad he wasn't sick of me. He wanted to hang out a little longer.
There you go.
50 minutes with Dirk about everything from basketball to his Tex-Mex order to the first American rap album he bought. We go through everything.
Okay, wait, I'm going to have to watch because I need to know what rap album.
It's a good one. He has good taste. I promise he has good taste. I'm not going to spoil it. You got to watch it.
I got to watch.
But he's got good taste.
Okay, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see. Now, you guys, there's a watch party happening. You're going to want to be there. Thank you so much again for being here. You guys can come celebrate Dirk's first night on air at the D Magazine watch party at Rollertown Beer Works in Frisco this Friday, October 24th from 6 to 9:30 p.m. All it takes is a $10 ticket. It gets you VIP access to a private room at the brewery, a magazine, a big German beer, which duh, and a raffle ticket to win one of 20 copies of the magazine actually signed by Dirk. You can actually scan that QR code that's on your screen right there to learn so much more. And thank you again, Mike, for being here.
Thank you.